everyone and welcome to my channel to a brand new video. So today's video is going to be another talk video similar to my fear foods one, but this is going to be about extreme hunger. So this is something that I've been wanting to talk about on my channel, and I feel like it really needs to be talked about more because obviously we already know that there's a huge stigma around eating disorders and stuff, but when you're going through them first recovery phases of an eating disorder, you really look for help and you really search for answers, search for anything you can find on recovery. I know I spent days, weeks, months trying to look through blog articles, anything that I can find to relate to, because when I related to one thing, it really comforted me to know that I wasn't alone and to know that my experiences, that I wasn't going crazy basically. And one of the main things that I struggled to find blogs on and like just videos on in general was extreme hunger. And it's something that when I mention it to people are like, that's a thing? Or like people are like, I didn't even know that happened to you. And sometimes it's like when you're speaking to people who don't have an eating disorder, but sometimes it's also people who actually do have an eating disorder and is actually going for extreme hunger, and they don't even know because they're not told about it by their therapist, they're not told about it by their AD specialist because they don't call it extreme hunger. They don't really talk about it at all. My CAMS team, my EDIC team even, they didn't even talk about it to me. So then when I was going through this, I thought I was going crazy. I thought I was going to continue to eat forever. And I know people who's actually relapsed because of extreme hunger because they didn't know out about it and they thought that they were binging and they thought, wow, I have to restrict my diet because I'm binging. And I just want to say that you are not binging, okay? That is one thing. I say this kind of thing that I know many people are like, oh no, that's wrong, you shouldn't really say that, but I say it, and you know what, it comforts me, and I know that I hope that it'll comfort other people too. There is no such thing as binging in recovery, and there is no such thing as too much food in recovery, because your body needs as much food as possible. If you are underweight, and even if you're at like a normal weight, you need this food, because if your mind is telling you that you need this food, then you know what? You need this food. Even if you're not physically hungry, and even if you might have just had an entire meal, ate some cake, for like ice cream, whatever, and you're still hungry, and your brain's still telling you that you're hungry, you know what? Go ahead and eat another slice of cake, or go ahead and eat another pint of ice cream because you're still hungry. Although you might not have your stomach growling, and although you might not feel them hunger pains, you're still hungry. And if you say, oh no, I'm just gonna wait it out till dinner, I'm just gonna wait it out till lunchtime, whatever you're gonna do, then you know what? You're just going to stay that way and you're just going to stay hungry. Yeah, it might be mentally, but you're still going to stay that way. And that's still a form of restriction. And even though you might be like, oh, I know, but I've already reached my calorie intake for the day. Or, oh, but I'm still eating food, so it's not restriction. It is restricting because your body wants it and you're not giving it. Therefore, it's restriction. And your body not only wants it, it needs it too. It really craves it. And I mean, these cravings when you go for extreme hunger, they're not normal cravings. They're literally waking up at 2 a.m. in the morning wanting some Cheetos or something, and the craves are so strong that sometimes I even cried because of the cravings of food, because they got to a certain point where they just felt that I needed this food otherwise. And I feel like you're at a constant battle with yourself because you like are craving this food so much, but then you also have that side of you, the eating disorder side, that's like, oh no, you can't have that food, oh no, that's too much food, it's scary, restrict. But then you also have the side of you that is screaming for food. So it's like you have you screaming for food, and then you have your ED screaming to not have food, and it is one hell of a battle inside your head. But I can tell you what, you need to listen to your body, because your body is 100% right. Look at your ED. When was your ED ever right about anything? Except from destroying your life, maybe destroying your friendships, destroying your body. Your ED is right about nothing. Your ED has zero logic. On the other hand, your body, what does what? It keeps you alive. It keeps you able to have friendships, relationships, travel. It lets you do all these wonderful things, and if you're not going to let your body have what it really wants, then you're not going to be able to do them things anymore. And the longer you wait and the longer you restrict yourself from these extreme hunger cravings, they will just get stronger and they won't go away. The only way to get rid of extreme hunger, and I'm not even kidding, I am evidence that this works, is to listen to them. What I actually did was I had an entire day of like eating whatever I wanted with zero restriction, and it really helped me. And that it didn't matter if I had 6 breakfasts, 10 breakfasts, 2 breakfasts, whatever I wanted, I gave myself that. Because it's what I needed. And it really did help me, because the next day, although I still had some of them hunger feelings for like thoughts and food and stuff like that, they weren't as strong as the day before the cheat day. And that's how I knew that I was making progress, and that's how I knew that the only way to come over these extreme hunger and extreme hunger feelings is to, give in to the craves and get the food. And another thing that I also started doing was I started bringing food up to bed, because I would wake up during the night hungry. Sometimes it was mental hunger, but sometimes it was physical hunger pains, and I would have to eat something because otherwise I couldn't sleep. It ruined my sleep patterns. So I knew for a fact that I had to do something about this, so I would bring up food, and I have a drawer next to me. You know what? Actually, I've got food in it right now, just to prove to you. I've got a bar of chocolate in my drawer, just in case I ever get them crazy hunger feelings. I am telling you, you are not going insane, and that these extreme hunger things will stop. They will stop in time, but they will stop. Do not worry. You're not going to start binging every single day or whatever, if you call it binging or whatever, but it's not binging. You're just giving your body what it wants, what it needs, what it craves. And I also did this thing during my ED as well. When I got extreme hunger, I thought I was binging on all this food, and then when I actually went back and calculated all my calories, it was fine. It was hardly nothing. I feel like we do the thing of when we feel like we've ate a certain amount of food, that we play it on our brain and it makes it seem like way more than it actually is in reality. And it might be happening for you right now. Maybe you need to actually think about what you're eating and actually think that this is actually not that much. And if it actually is a lot, then who cares, right? I have literally went where I have ate an entire Chinese takeaway to myself, an entire 500-gram bag of chips, an entire tray of egg fried rice, full bag of prawn crackers, full curry sauce, anything I could get my hands on. Then I continued eating. I went, because I still wasn't that hungry, I went and got a slice of cake. I had 6 cookies or something. I had chocolate. And you know what? Yeah, I did feel a bit guilty afterwards. Of course you're gonna feel guilty after that. Anyone with an ED would feel guilty after that. But you know what you do? You do not act on it. You just sit down, you go to sleep, you do whatever you can, you distract yourself, and you get over it, because tomorrow is a new day. And I woke up feeling much better. And I didn't wake up during the night having hunger pains, because I knew I was satisfied before I went to bed. You are not binging though. And if you feel like you're binging, you're not. Extreme hunger is real. And extreme hunger, it's not made up, it's not in your head, it's 100% real. And the only way to get rid of it, and the only way for it ever to stop, and I am living evidence that it does stop and can stop, is when you give your body what it needs. So I hope this video helped you guys if you're going through an extreme hunger phase, and I really hoped it let you know that you're not alone, and whatever is happening, it's normal. It's 100% normal. And it can last for days, weeks, months, years, but it will go. And it won't affect anything. More than anything, your metabolism speeds up anyways the more the calories you give it. So I hope that gives you a little bit of thought, and I hope it gives you a little bit of relief, maybe. And I hope it helped you. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and goodbye.